Augusta, Georgia, dated March 14, 1928. Marathon racers reached the Colorado, Needles, California. Desert dust was replaced by the muddy waters of the Colorado for the scene of the start of Monday's abbreviated lap of transcontinental foot race. A few hundred feet from the starting line, some 30 rowboats, powered by Mojave Indians, waited to transport the surviving contestants across the river. For the brief passage, the runners were offered an opportunity to sit at ease and cool their heels, seared by the last 5 days of desert hoofing, and perhaps to wish that the Colorado was wider than it is. A little mining town of Oatman was the destination of Monday's 17-mile course, less than a third of the distance of Sunday's Danby to Needles run. Arthur Newton, 44 years old, Rhodesia Roadrunner, held down first place in point of the elapsed time at the close of the day. He had jogged the 296 miles from Los Angeles in 44 hours, 48 minutes, and 40 seconds. How I Keep My Figure by Hazel Dawn. I never eat what might be termed a big meal. I simply take that quantity of food which is essential to the retaining of my strength. Also, I abstain from all stimulants, such as coffee, tea, tobacco, and liquor in all forms and strengths. Here's an article about the beautiful cinema palaces in the 1920s. They serve coffee now in the lounge rooms of those gilt and baubled cathedral of cinema. But you have to bring your own donuts. One can almost spend a day at this and that in these huge temples to modern amusement. One boasts an art gallery that can be leisurely wandered through if the film happens to bore you. Then one can drop into the lounge and find free cigarettes and coffee waiting, can find magazines and even books to read while lolling around in comfortable chairs. There's really no reason for belonging to a club anymore. The addition of pool tables and a card room would give the final touch. Comedy Stops Panic, Amarillo, Texas. A black-faced comedian put on the most appreciated act of his career in a local theater when he wisecracked an audience out of stampeding the exits while a fire was raging in the structure. Although there was no immediate danger, the crowd surged toward the exits until the actor captured their attention, thus preventing a panic. Now showing at the Aiken Theater, Engagement Extraordinaire, Richard Barthelmess in The Patent Leather Kid. He couldn't understand his sweetie, his country, life itself. Things moved too fast. Now he couldn't even understand himself. An unforgettable drama of a supreme love, tremendous spectacle, hilarious comedy. It is the hit of the year on Broadway at $2.20. Now you can see it at the Aiken Theater at popular prices. Sheriff Robinson captures 2 tiger stills. Aiken, South Carolina. Sheriff Nolly Robinson and deputies captured 2 stills recently near the North Modesto River. No arrests were made. The 2 stills, which had been in operation, were fairly large affairs. About 2,700 gallons of beer and a quantity of mash were destroyed. Some women wear short skirts because they'd be thought bow-legged if they didn't, and some are. When an Oklahoma building was razed the other day, it was learned that the cornerstone had been stolen along with its supposed contents of old liquor. Moral: put hop toads in your cornerstones. They stay put. Oil extracted from the jaws of porpoises is widely used for lubricating the mechanism of watches and clocks. Diamond dyes preferred. If you can't decide whether you like blondes or brunettes best, here's a bit of evidence that'll help you make up your mind. Artists love to paint her blonde beauty, and theatergoers rave over it. She's Elsa Cover of 650 West 173rd Street, New York City. When people tell me how much they admire my hair, she says, I'm always happy to tell them what I do to keep it soft and gleamy. It's really no trouble. All I do is put a few dashes of Danderline on my brush each time I use it. That's the way nearly every really smart girl I know is doing hers. My hair doesn't need shampooing more. Victory 6, only $1,095, 5 to 25 miles per hour in 7 1/4 seconds, 10 to 45 miles in 13 1/2 seconds. Now it's time for our boarding house.
Ah, Ethel, light of my careworn eyes, let me have your lily white hand so I can slip on this $300 diamond engagement ring. I wanted to get a $500 one, but they won't get the new crop of diamonds in until next fall. Ha! But wait, when I put over a few deals in Chicago, you'll get Klieg eyes from all the diamonds you'll be wearing.
A diamond? Oh, Jacob, I'm so frightened and all aflutter. This makes our engagement so real and solemn.
Egad, even in romance, he resorts to prevarication. $300. And he higgled with my friend Marvin like an old clothes dealer to buy it for $25. But far from me to tell her.